Thanks so much for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Brooke Hash. President Donald Trump has deployed 700 Marines to Los Angeles amid the ongoing protest against mass arrests by ICE agents. The Marines will support the nearly 1,700 National Guardsmen already on the ground. You can see some of them protecting a courthouse right here. LA's police chief has said most of these protests in the city have been peaceful and that anyone who engages in violence or vandalism will be arrested. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass said the federal government's response, however, is contributing to the chaos.
It makes me feel like our city is actually a test case for what happens when the federal government moves in and takes the authority away from the state or away from local government.
California Governor Gavin Newsom's now in a war of words with the president after Trump expressed support of arresting him.
What crime has he committed that would warrant his arrest? What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed?
Yeah, to warrant his arrest, as you had
I think his
suggested earlier.
primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job.
I told the president, just get it over with. Arrest me. Move on.
California is now suing the Trump administration and trying to block the deployment of National Guard troops and Marines. The mayor says those troops are only protecting 2 federal buildings downtown. In solidarity with the LA demonstrators, the protesters took to the streets here in Louisville last night, gathering at the steps of Metro Hall to support immigrants. Their message: stand up against what they're calling a dangerous federal crackdown. In attendance were groups like Anti-ICE, Black Lives Matter, and Students for Justice in Palestine here in Louisville. All different backgrounds, although sharing the same message: standing up to ICE. Robert Smith, the director of the local labor union SEIU, said these protests are happening at the right time.
We're all one family, and you know, the old saying is injustice for one is injustice for all, right? And if we don't stand up, if we don't say something, if we don't fight back, then we're all going to lose.
Now, according to ABC News, similar rallies happened in at least 15 other U.S. cities, including New York, Chicago, and Atlanta. Together We Will, a Louisville activist group, shared its upcoming protest plans for this Saturday, part of a nationwide day of action. Well, it's one of over 1,800 rallies planned across the states to counter President Trump's military parade in Washington, D.C. That protest begins at noon outside Metro City Hall. Then on Monday, President Trump said he had no choice and needed to deploy the military to prevent further acts of violence. Well, in other news now, LMPD officer is on paid administrative leave after being arrested in Hardin County for driving under the influence. Arrest records show LMPD officer Kenneth Lawrence was driving his motorcycle off duty last week when a KSP trooper noticed his registration was expired and pulled him over. The trooper reported he smelled alcohol on the officer's breath. Lawrence was given field sobriety test but refused a breathalyzer. The trooper arrested him and took him into the Radcliffe Police Department, where he blew a .077, just below the legal limit. LMPD said it has started an internal investigation. Lawrence has since been released from jail and is expected back in Hardin County Court on June 25th. City leaders say a father and son were the 2 shot on Sunday morning at Algonquin Park. Metro Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins told us the victims were out enjoying a game of basketball when shots were fired just before noon. The father and son were taken to the hospital. They're expected to recover. Police said they are still looking for a suspect. Now, Tammy Hawkins said other people were out there enjoying the playground, the tennis courts, and that newly reopened pool.
I believe that the people that were involved knew that family was going to be here. We have a group of people that come every Sunday and utilize that basketball court, and now they have to be hindered because those basketball goals will be taken down just until the investigation is over.
Hawkins said surveillance cameras were positioned right at that court. LMPD is looking for a suspect in this case. If you know anything, you can call the anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD. Looking at another beautiful day here, Matt Breland. Just counting the days. We've got a couple more on tap, right?
That's right, Brooke. Yeah, a very beautiful picture across downtown right here. This is from the U of L campus. You will notice a bit of that haze still lingering in the skies, though. A bit of those hazy conditions are still going to be around because those Canadian wildfires still continue. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Winds are staying out of the west, northwest at 8 miles per hour, but the humidity staying relatively low. It's going to be a very nice afternoon and evening for us today across Kentuckiana. We've got temperatures ranging into those upper 70s across Jefferson County. Along in southern Indiana, we've got 75 in Scottsburg, 73 Madison, 74 Hodgenville, 75 for you folks near Elizabethtown. Satellite and radar continues to stay quiet and calm. This area of high pressure that's positioned just closer towards northern Illinois is really driving in a lot of those quiet skies, and it's going to keep us completely sunny as we go throughout the rest of our Tuesday afternoon. Headed into the evening hours, you can expect those temperatures to make their way back into the upper 70s. Throughout the overnight hours, we've got temperatures making their way into the 60s. But as we head throughout the afternoon time, temperatures ranging into the lower 80s with plenty of sunshine, just going to be a bit hazy as we head throughout the next upcoming hours. Here's how temperatures are looking into the next 7 days. We do still trend a few degrees above average just before the weekend, but as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, we're going to see those temperatures get closer to their average values because we've got rain chances in the forecast. Those details coming up here in just a few short minutes. Brooke?
Matt, thank you. Today, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg revealed the first project to receive funding from the Downtown Building Conversion Program. The old Jefferson County Fiscal Court building at 531 Court Place will now be converted into a modern residential space. The redevelopment will transform the 10-story structure into a 106 residential apartments with studio, 1-bedroom, and 2 bedrooms available. There will also be a live workspace and ADA accessible units. 33% of the units are set to be affordable housing for those earning less than 80% of the area's median income. It'll also include shared living spaces, a fitness room, and other community-focused features.
This is an important investment. Thriving downtowns have more people living in them than Louisville does today. And this is going to continue our work to get thousands of more people living in downtown Louisville to ensure it's active, not just during business hours, but all week long.
The Downtown Louisville Building Conversion Program is one of the ongoing revitalization projects in Louisville. It's intended to revamp the Central Business District by converting vacant office buildings into residential, hospitality, entertainment, and mixed-use spaces. Other downtown revitalization projects include the reimagining of the Belvedere, the repurposing of Louisville Gardens and a soundstage, and the Butchertown Sports District, where a new apartment complex was just recently announced. The Louisville Metro Alcoholic Beverage Control has issued an emergency suspension order for a popular Germantown bar. The order, issued against 21st and Germantown off Shelby Street, cites serious violations concerning underage drinking, over-service, and public safety. The bar must now immediately stop all sale and service of alcohol until further notice. Mayor Greenberg said he is thankful for the Metro ABC's work preventing over-service and drunk driving. If you'd like to report any suspicious activity at a bar or a restaurant, contact Metro ABC. The number is 574-3591, option 4.